Good day, everyone. Good morning or good evening. It is now March 6th, and we are dealing with conflict. All right. Hold on. I got the cartoon on. Hold on, y'all. Sorry about that. One of those old children's cartoons. All right. There we go. You know what? I might have had it playing while I did the yesterday's video. I apologize for that. I hope that it wasn't too distracting. So yes, today it is March 6th and we are dealing with conflict. A gentle answer turns away wrath, but a harsh word stirs up anger. Proverbs 15 and 1. Bear with each other and forgive one another. If any one of you has a grievance against someone, forgive as the Lord forgave you. Colossians 3:13. Blessed are the peacemakers, for they will be called children of God. Matthew 5:9. But I say to you who hear, love your enemies, do good to those who hate you, and bless those who curse you, and pray for those who spitefully use you. Luke 6:27 through 28. Alrighty. You must all be quick to listen, slow to speak, and slow to get angry. James 1:19. Never pay back evil with more evil. Do things in such a way that everyone can see you are honorable. Do all that you can to live in peace with everyone. Romans 12:17 through 18. Let all bitterness, wrath, anger, clamor, and evil speaking be put away from you with all malice, and be kind to one another, tender-hearted, forgiving one another, even as God in Christ forgave you. Ephesians 4:31 through 32. Alrighty. The two most prominent ways that people deal with conflict are fighting and fleeing. In the word, it seems there is a better way. That one is a better way, one that ends in a stronger and better relationship. If you choose to fight, there must be a winner and a loser. If you don't always have to be fighting to win. Good conflict resolution helps both parties to walk away as winners. Unresolved conflict is an emotional weight, so fleeing won't really help you. Conflict must be dealt with as soon as possible. I totally agree on that. You got to have discernment. You got to be able to differentiate when to hold them and when to fold them. And I know a lot of people have used the excuses that, well, Jesus turned the tables over one day and he got mad. You know, there is a time and a place for everything. There's a time for peace, war, all that stuff. Yes, that is very true. And no, you're not going to let someone just beat the hell out of you and walk all over you and things of that nature. But in regular everyday dealings, or even with something that hardly ever happens, know that Christ is with you and let him guide your responses. Let him, come in and calm the situation. Because when our emotions are all flared up, we can't think straight. And that's a fact. And these are very good scriptures to help you if you are someone who does deal in bitterness and malice and anger, and all somebody got to do is say something to you and you fly off the handle. You can't be corrected. Can't no one tell you that, hey, try this way. Or, I mean, even if they approach you in a nice way, you flick off the handle. You're always on the defensive. That means that there's something that Jesus needs to deal with that's inside of you. Insecurity, past abuse, where you were always, put in a bad corner, or just put in a corner. emotionally. And then there's the thing with bearing with each other, forgiving one another, help ask God to just help you to calm down in the middle of that argument, and compose yourself, get yourself together, um, and yeah, be quick to forgive, because if someone hurts you, 9 times out of 10, they're hurting too. And, I definitely agree with a gentle answer. A gentle answer can prevent a fight from happening, or just simply saying, "Oh, my bad." You don't even have to sound weak. You can just say, "Oh, man, my bad. I didn't even realize, man. I'm sorry." So there is a way that you can prevent fueling that that fire. It really is. And it doesn't mean that you're scared to fight or that you're a wuss. It just means that, you're not going to let things go that way, because if they go that way, you're not going to win. Things are not going to be good, because there'll be some type of casualty. There has to be a loser. And sometimes people don't take losing very well, and they'll come back with some of their friends and to handle the situation, to take the situation to a further level. Like, they can't accept that they lost the argument, or that they lost the fight, or whatever went down, and they come back for revenge, because you know how it is, you know um especially like in road rage. you know uh you come across a situation where, even if you're wrong, I mean, even if you're right and you're not wrong, you can easily roll down your window and say, "Hey, my bad. I am so sorry. I wasn't thinking." And they won't have nothing to go on. And now if they choose to still, be horrible to you, "Well, you're going to learn your lesson," then yeah, you got that takes it to a whole nother level. And you do have to defend yourself. Yes, you definitely have to defend yourself. I remember when we were in middle school, if someone hit you and you reported them, you would not get suspended. They would get suspended, because they physically assaulted you, and your parents could press charges. But if you hit back to defend yourself, then you get suspended too, because that's called participating in a fight. You cannot defend yourself. You have to um, walk away. You have to find a way to walk away without having your friends calling you a sissy, a punk, or a scaredy cat. And that's a really tough situation to be in, because then you can be teased all year long because of, so you got to do it in a way. You got to walk away with confidence. There you go. You got to walk away with confidence. It's all how you handle that situation. You don't have to look like a weak person to walk away from a situation. It's all in how you handle it, all in how you word it, all in how you present yourself. And putting up with one another's faults, man, that's a hard thing to do. That is a process. That is something that you really have to invite Jesus in to help you to deal with other people's flaws. I am not gonna lie. I have a problem with dealing with other people's flaws. I have a problem dealing with my own flaws, you know. And it's for some of us old folks, us elders and menopausal women, you can piss us off pretty easily, you know, and we can get very irritated with people. I get very irritated if I'm sitting in my car at a stoplight and somebody pulls up beside me or behind me, and the bass is boom, boom, boom. Mm, 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 mm. I cannot stand that. It is, to me, that is so disrespectful to those who are around you. The neighborhood that is across from where I live, they will have people pull up in the car with that same boom, boom, boom. And it's like, dude, it's 1 o'clock in the friggin' morning. What is wrong with you? Now, Gary will yell out the window and lay somebody out and say, "What is wrong with you? Turn that down." you know. Um, you know, and thank the Lord nothing has came back on him, but um it's just people can be so disrespectful, and some of them just don't think. They don't think, especially if they're young. It's like they just don't know. One day I had to tell somebody, hey, hey, and they're like, hey, yes, can I help you, ma'am? What's you okay? I'm like, hey, can you turn that down for me, please? I would appreciate it, because you're here where all the bedrooms are. And so the guy was like, oh, my bad, my bad. And he told his friend, yo, turn that down. Young folks, honey, young folks. And the thought just didn't cross their mind. All they're thinking about is, I'm waiting in the car for a friend. I'm enjoying my music because I don't want to sit here bored, and I'm not thinking about anybody else. So it's hard to fathom sometimes, but people just be in their own world and they just be zoning out. So we really do have to bear each other's burdens, and watch how we approach people, because people are crazy nowadays. You just it's a thing. It's a thing. But God is faithful. I say that all the time, and I mean it, because he does get involved if you open up the door and let him. you know and I have to confess that I used to have a big problem with that, especially being on the HOA, and uh, being a member, let alone a vice president. I will easily walk up to your car and be like, what are you doing here? You know, because I was protecting my community, and I was not, I don't know why I wasn't afraid. I just would be like, you are invading my privacy. You are invading my space. This is private property. There is no reason for you to even turn down a private road. There's no need, unless you live here or you're visiting someone here. There's never a reason to turn down this road. It's a private entrance, you know. So what are you doing here? What do you want? You know, and I've just been blessed because I have a ton of angels protecting me. But the Lord has dealt with me on that, and this was many years ago. Not many, but like what, 3 or 4 years ago, and it's like I have to slow my roll, you know, and so yeah, conflict is a big thing, and Jesus will, he will take the wheel in every area, and you will see the difference in yourself. You will see how you're not as quick to anger, and it's just amazing. It's amazing. It's amazing what Jesus will do for you when you let him. And you sit back and you see how you've changed and how you've gotten closer to him, and how this doesn't bother you like it used to, or this doesn't bother you at all anymore. And it's jaw dropping. It's bliss, you know. So peace in the midst of the valley. It really is. So I'm going to shut up on that. We're at 13 minutes. So March 6th is dealing with conflict. Let Jesus take the wheel on that one too. So I will see y'all in the next video. Be blessed. And if anything comes across your way today, whether it's your job or the traffic or someone at a restaurant, a waiter or cashier that wants to give you a hard time, or you want to give them a hard time, just stop, take a breath, and remember that we have to watch how we deal with conflict. All right, guys, I will see you in the next one.